Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading from mid to late October 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the Scorpio gang. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going, my gods. Talk to me. What do you got for Scorpio here in mid to late October? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio gang in mid to late October. And I guess depending on the day you watch this, we're on that cusp of Libra and Scorpio season. So if your birthday's right over that border, I just want to wish you all a very happy birthday, because it is the beginning of one of the best times of year. It's Scorpio season. Let's get it going here, my friends. Happy birthday from me to you. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is a big card about rest. This is a card of assistance. It's very spiritual. I call it the Helping Hands card, and I haven't seen it in quite a while, but it feels good to me here, especially after the other water sign readings I just filmed. This feels really nice and beneficial. So this can be really good. I feel it's sectioned off, so it depends on what part of the journey you're going through. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So we see this lovely lady. It looks like she's sleeping on a cloud, very comfy, very cozy, right? She is surrounded by these hands. So first and foremost, I see this as a card of spiritual protection. Guides, spirit team, guardian angels, ancestors, you name it. I feel like we all have a spirit team, but to me there is an insulation here. There's a protection. Now, for some of you, this could be a clear sign from spirit that they might be trying to communicate with you through dream. We're not going to go too far down that road, but I do link this to sleep, rest, relaxation. So if you've been having trouble sleeping, I know a lot of times Scorpios could be night owls, right? And I mean, I have issues sleeping early myself sometimes, but spirit might be asking you to get a little more rest and recharge the batteries when this is here. But yeah, it's the Helping Hands card. So at the same time, there could be a situation where you might need a little bit of assistance. For some of you, don't be surprised if somebody comes to you asking for your help. Now, that would be your decision on if you're going to, but it's just showing up. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang, please. What's happening at the very beginning of Scorpio season, please? Mid to late October. And yeah, while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was a little dicey, I'm going to be honest with you. The reading was titled Beware of This Person. And to me, it did seem like there was somebody within the circle that you might really want to keep an eye on. Somebody that probably didn't have your best interest at heart. So we're going to leave that reading where it was last week. I would still be cautious, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. So let's get it going. Let's get 3 cards here for Scorpio gang. What do we got? What is our vibe here in the mid to late end of October 2024? What's happening? Thank you. Tower. Okay. Now, if this were any other sign, I would be concerned. Okay, but it's a Scorpio reading. That's our card right there. I mean, it's Scorpio energy. So this isn't something that really intimidates us. But we're going to leave it here. Okay, I feel like, again, it could be change. It could be shocking, all that stuff. But we're going to leave it there. Let's keep moving. We will touch on that. We will discuss that. Let's get 2 more cards here for Scorpio, please. Okay, King of Cups, a.k.a. Kyle of Cups himself without a beard. He's having a goblet. He's having a damn drink. He's having a grand old time. Scorpio energy once again, my friends. Okay, so in the first 2 positions, and remember, that's not gender specific, Scorpio, Scorpio. Let's get one more. Let's see. Are we going to go 3 for 3? What do we got here? Scorpio, please. Oh, okay, 4 of Wands. Okay, that makes me happy. that makes me feel encouraged that we have the Four of Wands, the 1111 card here on the back end. So I feel like the scales are tilting in a more positive direction, even though we got that Tower. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, yeah, there's a certain power within this week's reading. There's a powerful undercurrent of energy here. I always look at the elements first, and even though the Tower looks all fiery and crazy, it is water because it's Scorpio energy. So we're starting off with a double down of deep, watery energy, which we are totally comfortable with, right? So in this time, that emotional intensity, that's something a lot of Scorpios are familiar with. It's showing up here, the creativity, the realm of feeling. On the back end, we have some fire with the Four of Wands, a very sturdy type of card. So it's interesting to me that we have a card that could be a little upheaval. We have a card that's fully stable. There's two cards that are leaning positive. There's one that could just be a little jarring. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. Because remember, this could be different situations. It could be all one thing. Position number one, we're starting here with the Tower. Okay, as I mentioned, I mean, out of all the signs, this is different because it's our card. It's Scorpio energy in a big way. Now, I know the imagery is a little scary to some. I mean, not to me. But when I see this card, we think of shock, right? We think of change. It's a big karmic card. So for a lot of Scorpios, you might be undergoing a very big metamorphosis. We're still adjusting to a big change in your life when this card is here. But again, it's shock. Now, I always say that the Tower is not always a bad Tower. Shock and surprise can come in good ways too. It's not always like a shocking calamity. Sometimes it could be like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. This is awesome. So we'll see how this plays out when we clarify it, because it's going to be really important there. And again, it's karmic. Yes, it speaks of metamorphosis, all that stuff. And the fact that it is a Scorpio card, the clarifier might tell us what is coming towards us, what we might be feeling, how Scorpio season itself might play out, especially with the double down of this energy. So we will look at it further. That's an important card. All of them feel very important to me for some reason. Now, moving to the middle, we have the King of Cups. Again, not gender specific. Another one of our cards right here. It could lean into other water signs as well. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, it all really depends. And the King of Cups represents mastery and control of his suit, as do all kings. And water in divination and in tarot is the realm of intuition. It's the realm of feeling. It's the realm of emotion in general. It's the realm of love. It's the realm of creativity. It's just so much imagination, super etheric. And the King of Cups has a nice hold on that. So we think of emotional control. Now, again, in my simplistic style, since it's our card, it could tell us something coming towards us, a way we might be feeling. But I like the King of Cups. It's the full expression of the cup suit. So we're talking big feelings, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. These are big feelings when the King of Cups is here. Moving to the back end, and we'll talk about that King a little more. I feel like it's important that we look at both of them. We have the Four of Wands, which is the exact opposite of what we were seeing here with this Tower, whereas the Tower is about change, it's about shakeups. This is planted, this is grounded. Not much is changing with the Four of Wands. I do call this the 1111 card. So you might be receiving more number signs, synchronicities from the universe, specifically the repeating ones when this card is here. I feel like this is an extremely celebratory type of energy. We think of get-togethers, we think of groups of individuals like getting together to celebrate something. So this could be a very positive result. For a portion of you, it could represent the family, it could represent the living situation as well. But again, you see what I mean? It's like we have the King of Cups there in the center. We have like this shocking changeable energy. We have this planted non-changeable energy, but it all feels okay to me so far. It does. So Scorpio, I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. What's going on? What do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Tower. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio gang, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Tower time. What's going on here? What is going on? Thank you. Yeah, okay. We have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Now, I don't want to say that this is good or bad just yet. Now, classical tarot reading will tell us that Seven of Swords in the upright under the tower, that's not good. That's something you need to watch out for because this is a card of mystery. Now, again, like I said with that individual we were seeing last week, if that message was resonating and hitting for you, I would still be very cautious in this time about the people you surround yourself with, particularly in this time. That's what I'm intuitively feeling. However, I feel like we are on the precipice of a shocking change. I do, because remember the tower, we have the card of the unknown that's very hidden. It's things that flip really quick. So we're going to need to see how the energy plays out throughout the rest of the reading. But I feel for a lot of Scorpios, listen, change is the name of the game for a Scorpio gang, right? That's why all of our cards represent these things in the tarot deck. We go through intense patterns of metamorphosis and change on a regular basis in a very intense way. And with Scorpio energy, it's like, okay, if you're not evolving, you're decaying. That's kind of like the vibe I'm picking up. So when I see the tower and the Seven of Swords, of course, this could still be an individual that you should not really be trustworthy of, that you should really keep at a distance. Or, like I said, the precipice of a shocking change, okay? Because we go from the Seven of Swords to the tower. It's like, boop, flips real quick. So let's keep moving. I need to see how the rest of this plays out. I feel like I don't have enough information just yet. So let's see how the energy is going to move. Let's see how the energy is going to move here. So why is the King of Cups in the mix? Yeah, just be cautious about the people. So why is the King here? Thank you. Three Cups, good. All right, so I feel for a lot of you, this is a really good thing. Okay, and it's a... All right, I'm getting a very odd message, and this happens a lot when I do Scorpio readings because, you know, I'm a big Scorpio moon myself, so I tap into the energy a little differently than I do with others. I feel like compartmentalizing here, okay? And let me explain myself. For some of you, I feel like, yes, this shocking change could be a very good thing already with this Three of Cups under the King of Cups. That feels good to me. At the same time, I feel like for some of us out there, maybe we are just skilled and good at compartmentalizing things, how we could be simultaneously going through two totally different things, where one situation is like, yeah, I got some really good promising stuff going on, but I'm dealing with this crappy situation here. So I feel like there's a compartmentalizing. Okay, I'm not going to make judgment. I'm not going to say whether that is a healthy thing or not. No judgment here. I never judge. You know, I mean, I do a lot of these things myself. But when I see the Tower and the Seven Swords and then the King of Cups, the Three of Cups, it's like, yes, awesome, beautiful, love this, not so much there. So I feel like for a lot of Scorpios, there could be two different things going on, and it's like compartmentalizing. Like, okay, I'm going to put this Tower, Seven of Swords in a box for now, and I'm just going to enjoy this while I can. And that's just how it feels. It's like separating the two. It's very odd the way it's presenting itself, but hey, that's what came through. But again, for some of you with this Tower, Seven of Swords, King of Cups, Three of Cups, something might turn out way better than you think it will. So this shocking change could in turn become a shocking win for you over time. So this feels good, even if it's a little intense or a little uncomfortable. Let's move in on that four of Wands. Just to cap it off, especially since I'm getting odd things like compartmentalizing things. Let's see why the Four of Wands is here. And we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. So why is that Four of Wands in the mix? Please. Quick. Five of Swords in reverse. Beautiful. Now, so I'm going to tell you guys something. This Five of Swords has shown up in every single water sign reading this week. It showed up for Cancer, first position. It showed up for Pisces, first position. Now it's shown up for Scorpio, last position, but I feel like it's the most favorable in the Scorpio. I feel something not affecting you, which feels good to me. I guess it really depends. So for a portion of Scorpios, maybe there is something that you've been working through or going through where like it used to really affect you, but now it's like, doesn't affect me anymore. I'm cool with it. The Five of Swords in reverse is happy energy to me. Now, this energy can sometimes be selfish. In the upright, it can be combative. In the upright, it's just extremely self-centered. So when I see it in reverse, there's no combat here. This feels calm. This feels like something starting to mellow out and get better to me. Okay. I like it for the most part. And I know some readers might call me wild for saying, like, oh, you think this is a positive reading? You got the Tower and the Ten of Swords. There's just some reason I can compartmentalize these in this week's reading where it's like, okay, well, yeah, that sucks, but look at all this. It's like, it's not all bad. Just take it for what it's worth, my friends. I still feel very good energy here on the back end, and a lot of you will receive encouragement from your guides and spirit team when we have the helping hands and then the 1111 card. Watch out for signs and omens. But again, I feel like you being unbothered by something at the same time. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. So it's like we went through a whole roller coaster of things here in this week's reading, Scorpio. Position number one, we're starting off here, powerful boom with the Tower, Seven of Swords. You know, a lot of readers would see that and they're thinking worst case scenario, but it's a little different in a Scorpio read, right? I do feel for some of you, yeah, I mean, there could be a shocking change that you're going through. However, there is still a pretty serious warning about a specific individual. So watch the company you keep, watch who you associate with in this time, because this could be a very specific person. I mean, some of you might be cutting someone off too. Moving to the center, we have the King of Cups with the Three of Cups in the upright, and I was getting that odd compartmentalization because, yeah, we got the shocking change. That could turn into a win, but I also feel like one can simultaneously go through a really tough situation and have some real good positives, and it's unique the way this is coming through. I don't think I've ever felt compartmentalizing in a reading before. On the back end, we have the Four of Wands with the Five of Swords, something getting better. I mean, I did speak about the signs, synchronicities from Spirit, but aside from that, I feel pretty unbothered and unaffected by something. So take from that what you will. This Four of Wands, Five of Swords in reverse is starting to mellow out. So it's like, I'm feeling okay about this. Okay, so please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further, Scorpio. I mean, it's always a unique read for us, right? Let's see what's in the shadows this week. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Scorpio, please? What is going on? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What is going on? What is happening? All right, Queen of Pentacles, that is very similar to the Empress to me when I see the Queen of Pentacles. Now, for a portion of you, you might be connected to an earth sign, and the fact that this is showing up in the shadows, hey, maybe it's talking about what we saw earlier. Could be something totally different. The Queen of Pentacles, if it's not an earth sign that you're connected to showing up in the shadows, that could be an energy you're still feeling specifically. I think of her as a goddess type figure. Okay, aside from what I was saying about earth signs, she's of blessings, abundance, and stability. So for some Scorpios, with the way this energy rolled, the worst of something could be over, or there's something better coming down the pipeline when she's here, because she's just filled with blessings and abundance and stability, kind of like what we saw here on the back end of the spread. So I feel like this, for the most part, unless you're having issues with an earth sign, this is a very positive shadow card to pull. Now, one thing I will say about the Queen of Pentacles is that she can sometimes be a little bit of a stubborn energy. And listen, Scorpio, we're fixed signs, right? We like routine. We can adapt to things if we need to, but we like a certain level of predictability. Just know in life that's usually not the case, right? Things are always going to pop up that we don't see coming. So there could be something here about being a little adaptable with whatever situations you're going through. So Scorpio, that's what I got for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the October subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar for the month of October at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the October subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments, hypothetically, if you had to get a tattoo of a tarot card, which one would you choose and why? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you again soon.